Hello, welcome to the Demystified Tarot. This is the weekly reading for the next week. So basically, let me think, July, I think 31st. Well, basically next Wednesday. Sorry, I don't remember the dates as I'm putting this now. Maybe I should have prepared better. But yeah, let's see what the cards kind of gonna show. I'm gonna pull 5 cards that do fly around a bit. So, okay. So far, it looks interesting. Let's see how it keeps going. Okay, so I've got the 5 cards: the Devil, the 6 of Wands, 5 of Swords, the Magician, and 9 of Swords. I would say it's very up and down kind of reading. And then there's 8 of Wands, which, yeah, I would say, because 8 of Wands, again, my bottom card usually represents some kind of background for the reading. So what's kind of the theme of it? And 8 of Wands is a card of a lot of action, a lot of things happening, kind of flying right and left at you, a lot of communications, news, things to do, just the kind of like busyness really, and dynamic in action. So I would say it will be very busy week. So it can apply to work in some ways, because I feel there's like a lot of communication, a lot of different people wanting things from you, or you having to do a lot of things. But it can be also like in family, friendship, or relationship setting, when within that dynamic you have a lot of things that you're being asked to do, you're having a lot of inquiries, a lot of conversations, things like that. You're just feeling maybe a little overwhelmed, I would say. And then when I say it's like going up and down, well, the Devil is a card, well, of passion for once. And I don't know why this is the first word, because it's not usually the first one that comes to mind when the Devil is on the table. But also, it's addictions and bad patterns, unhealthy patterns that we have. So some kind of mental, like physical addictions that we basically repeat over and over, and we kind of put the chain of them and we label them ourselves, but actually there's always a way to get out of them within ourselves. We blame it on the Devil, but actually we choose to be connected to him or to those patterns and addictions. And we can take steps in our lives to get out of these chains, get out of these patterns and addictions, right? Be it, like when I talk about addiction, it might be as much as, I don't know, alcohol, sex, drugs, all the heavy stuff. But it could be also be like mental patterns of like negative thinking, of feeling not good enough, or like not taking good care of your health. Again, big to small scale. Can also represent a Capricorn, by the way. So there's that as well. But I also feel, because there's a 6 of Wands next to you, that it's an ego. I think this is connected to your ego, and 6 of Wands can be a good card, a card of like winning and being recognized, and getting that recognition out from outside given to you, of like, good job, you've done it, oh, you're so amazing, we all like looking up to you. But I think it might come a little from this unhealthy place of the Devil, when it's your ego being stroked, and maybe this unhealthy pattern is being a bit too proud or a bit too confident, kind of, and like feeling you can't do anything wrong, there's nothing more you can improve yourself at. I feel like it might be that a bit, so I'm sorry, but that's kind of how it shows up to me. And I think that might lead to a conflict, because in the middle of the reading we have 5 of Swords, a card of conflict, argument, a mental thing, and there's a winner and a loser. And I would even say you might be the winner in here because of this card. This is literally a card of winning, right? So I would say you might be the winner, but like this is the kind of win that is at a cost of someone. It's a win at all costs, in a way that you might play it a little unfairly. That's one thing. I'm sorry, but like, that's one way. Or at least someone can feel like that was unfair, or in any way, like, your win's gonna make someone lose in a negative way, like when it hurts them. It's not just like, okay, you won, that's good, but like, I think the other side of this competition, let's say, comes out hurt, and it really damages and hurts their kind of mental well-being, at least, because it's, again, cards of swords. So I think the devil and this big ego might lead to that, and they, even when you win, you might, and there might be more than one fight with all the ones in here, but I think, you're gonna win it. And again, I think this will have a result, because magician is a manifestation. You manifesting something, you're having all the tools kind of to manifest something, and manifestations can be good or bad. And I'm sorry, like, this is a very negative reading so far, but like, I think negative readings are necessary, just so that you might stop this energy from manifesting, and you will, hopefully you will, and then next week you will be like, oh, what she was talking about, nothing of that happened. But I think sometimes those kind of readings show up to make us aware of them and be on a lookout to kind of stop these things from happening, So, because magician can also be an energy of a bit of a trickster, of someone not being very truthful, kind of sketchy, and like doing some tricks behind your backs. But again, in this reading, I feel like that might be you. Just with all these cards together, it makes sense that you've been the one pulling tricks on someone, and like, you feel like, yeah, I'm so good, like, I'm manifesting, I'm winning. But I don't think this manifestation is going to lead to anything good, because the last card is the Nine of Swords, and I think this Nine of Swords will be the other side of this kind of feeling, but also ultimately you, because winning in this way doesn't make you happy in long term. Make you happy on surface at first, but it's not a good energy. It creates bad karma, basically. I'm sorry, but it does. And I think sooner or later it's going to catch up with you, and actually you will worry about it, because Nine of Swords is a card of worries, overthinking, sleepless night, insomnia, nightmares, happy things like that. But sometimes we have to realize, and I think you will realize, that that manifestation was not what you truly wanted, and that it came from not a good place. So let's see what's the advice, and like, what should you do, and hopefully to avoid this. Let me just pull them. I'm not really taking reversals at the moment. It's interesting. We had like a reading like that a few weeks back, when there were two knights facing each other, and here you have again two knights facing each other, but this time they're different knights. One of them is the same. It's the Knight of Swords. He showed up here before, and you can tell by the artwork, like, this is the Knight of action, going at it, like attack, and like very rushed energy and very hectic energy, really. Whereas the Knight of Pentacles is the exact opposite. It's the calm, it's the kind of, I want to say, solid, like someone who thought things through, they took their time, and that's where they're coming from, based on all that analysis and facts, and kind of, it's very grounded energy, basically. Pentacles is very grounded, and it actually, it stopped, so it's not even going, it's just here waiting, and being careful with their actions. So very different energies. And then we have the Tower in the middle, which is some kind of break apart thing. It's some kind of something getting destroyed. Like, Tower moments are when things just burn to the ground so you can rebuild. So I would say because I feel it's some kind of ship, relationship, friendship, career ship. I don't know, but like it's some kind of ship, right? So I feel like there's distinctly just like two sides, the winner, the loser, and now you have two knights. And I think the advice is to be mindful which night will you be in here. And the fact that that tower might need to happen. And you know, you might bring it up, like you might be the one really making it happen, but all things happen also for a reason. But I feel maybe what's happening here, this fight, is you trying to stop this tower from happening. But this tower might be necessary. And I think maybe you don't need to win. Maybe you need to let yourself lose and or feel like it might feel like a loss first. But I say tower moments need to happen. They clean up your energy, they clean up your life in a way. They create space for something better and more solid on a better foundation to grow up in the place of the last tower. And I think try to embrace a bit of this energy and not just this one. Or maybe both. Maybe you need a bit both, because I do feel like overall you have here more of air energy. So I'd say this is more like what you're gonna try to do. But I say like try to find this energy within yourself, embrace it a bit, and see if you can kind of slow down a bit and look. And just, I don't know, I feel like I should look at the bottom card just to kind of have this like little pyramid here. And it's the Four of Swords. Either way, I think whatever happens, as again, everything happens for a reason. We just can make it more painful, like less painful for ourselves with our choices. And I think either way, it's gonna be healing for you. And after all this, there's gonna be some kind of pause and healing moment. So good luck. I'm sorry again, it's not the easiest reading, and sometimes they show up, and I think they're needed, and hopefully they're actually more helpful than those optimistic readings, because I think that's what actually warns you and makes you more aware. So good luck.